What's going on, YouTube? This is Her Collects Comics. As always, I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch my videos. Thanks for tuning in. Today happens to be Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving out there to everybody. Enjoy the day with your families. I didn't set out to make a video on Thanksgiving. It just happens to be that I have some free time now, early in the morning here. And also, I have a AAOK I wanted to show off from my buddy Miguel down in Houston, Texas. And, so he attended a Comic-Con not long ago and, got me a whole bunch of stuff, one of which was this. This wasn't from the con per se. It happens to be something from his line of work. So he gave me this, few of these, actually, cool Mike's Hard Lemonade stand-ups for, like, stores and whatnot. And also some cool decals as well, basically, in sarcastic Deadpool fashion. But also going to do some shout-outs. Let me do that real quick and get those out of the way. Some guys I just wanted to take some time to say hello to. Alex the Comic Quarter, he's got a great channel. Also recently hit 200 subs, and he has a nice contest that's going on now. So be sure to check out his channel, Alex the Comic Quarter. Real cool dude. Also Longshank78, Clint, has been subscribed to my channel for the longest. And, likewise myself for him. He always has fantastic haul videos. This guy seems to just hunt down comics like the old-fashioned way, going to cons and shops and thrift shops, and he has beautiful comics, and it seems like he oftentimes gets them at good deals. So he's also been a part of the comic collectors group, and that's just appreciate him taking the time to show love and post comics in the Facebook group. So definitely shout out to Longshank78. Go check out his channel. Also, a shout out to Sleepy Reader 666, another great guy out there who is just a comic book head at heart. He loves reading comics, and I like Sleepy Reader a lot. He's got a good channel, so please go check him out. Sleepy Reader 6666. Also, my buddy Reaper Tate and Semper Fi Comic Guy, two great guys, two great channels. I believe Semper Fi Comic Guy is back with another contest. He's been quiet for a little bit, but he's back up in there, and I'm going to be getting together with these guys, Reaper Tate and Vince. In the next week or so, we're going to get together, the three of us, and I look forward to, hanging out with my Jersey comic buddies. So, those were the shout-outs. Again, check out those channels, Reaper Tate, Semper Fi Comic Guy, Sleepy Reader 666, Longshank78, and Alex the Comic Quarter. So my buddy Miguel out in Texas, he's the guy that I started the Comic Collectors Corner Facebook group with. We've become good pals over the last year or so, and he's a very thoughtful guy. He picked up some stuff for me at the con that he attended, and I'm trying to remember what the name of the con was that he was at. I'm drawing a blank, but it was somewhere in Texas, and I want to say in San Antonio, but don't quote me on that. So this is a poster for the upcoming series Non-Wolf from Albatross Comics, Albatross Funny Books, and it's signed by the writer Fabian Rangel. Looking forward to this series. I believe it comes out in April of 2017. Albatross Funny Books, one of those things that you're going to have to tell your local to order for you, because there's a chance that they may not have this on their radar. He also gave me this, a thoughtful hardcover trade paperback, because I've been digging Brian Azzarello lately with some of the stuff that he's been doing for Aftershock Comics, and so Miguel knew that, and he sent me this, which was pretty cool. Also sent me an awesome button. I'm a Spider-Man fan. He's my favorite, so he sent me this nice cool button, and I'm assuming he threw this in because of my son, Michael, which is pretty cool. And I'm going to bring this with me to my mom's house when we go over there for Thanksgiving later. And maybe we'll do some comic book reading as we kill time waiting for the turkey. Always good to, he's got he loves the cell phone now, because he sees that the cell phone has games and this and that. But I always try to still keep reading a part of his daily doings, so that he doesn't, kind of lose that love for the imagination and the creative that comes from reading books. I don't read just comic books only to him, but I am trying to incorporate more comics into the mix, and this looks like it might be right up his alley. So another cool thing that he threw in, taking it back, was he sent me a whole bunch of old Wizard magazines. This one here actually is pretty early. This is issue number 13 from 1992. And if you look, it's got a cool, Joe Jusko from the first series of the Marvel Masterpieces, Psylocke, 1992 Marvel Masterpieces, which is fantastic. Looks like there's something else in there as well. I can't seem to make out what the other card is. It might be one of those Wildcat holo cards by Jim Lee. That's what it kind of looks like. But this was issue number 12. I used to love Wizard Magazine. I was subscribed to it. I really enjoyed looking through the numbers and kind of tallying up as a young kid now, mind you. The different prices for all the books that I had, because I was curious what the total value of my collection was. And so it was just, I never really had any, lofty expectations that, but it was really just for fun. It was something that I enjoyed doing. Great articles that were inside, cool artwork. This one here is 300-page year-end special. What issue is this? This is issue 41. Here's a beautiful one from 1994, issue number 34 with Rogue. Love this. Absolutely beautiful. And then this here, if I'm not mistaken, is a Rob Liefeld cover. Liefeld and Platt on Prophet. Pretty cool cover, actually. So I really dig these because, I don't know, Wizard was cool. I'm going to open one of these and flip through them just for the hell of it. I'm probably not going to open this one because this is number 13, kind of early back. I may leave that one. But one of these three I will open up just to kind of flip through and enjoy. So the other big thing that he did at this con was, he's a fan of Sam De La Rosa, who did, a lot of different comic books in the 90s in the Spider-Man realm. I believe he was one of the artists, which I kind of forgot about. My buddy Miguel reminded me. He was one of the artists involved, for the first Venom, series in his own title, the Venom, the Lethal Protector. Remember the red foil cover for issue 1? This was from the early 90s. Sam De La Rosa was involved in that. And if you remember some of the hologram covers from the 90s, this guy's thing has become basically doing sketches of bad guys over the holofoils. I've seen some beautiful sketches of the Green Goblin and Spider-Man and Venom. And so when he goes to cons, he always seems to have, according to Miguel, a lot of extra of these books on hand so that he can draw sketches for them for people. So my buddy Miguel had a few in his collection, and I told him if he could try to get me one, and he was kind enough. I was willing to pay, and he kind of just looked me out, So here is the Sam De La Rosa sketch, and I asked for the Rhino. He was one of my favorite Spider-Man bad guys, and he did a huge, massive sketch, and I was just like really, really thrilled with it. So I might get more of these down the line. I like his style of artwork and, how he's doing it over these specific holofoils. There was a red issue for The Amazing Spider-Man, and then a black issue, for each title, the Spectacular Spider-Man, this, and Web of Spider-Man, and they each, had the holofoils with a different color in the background. And so maybe I'll get one of each. The next one I'll do a red and so forth. So this is Sam De La Rosa. He has a Facebook page. Check it out. He seems like he's a cool artist. Also got me this autograph book here, Speak No Evil. And I'm not really familiar with this, but I'm very appreciative nonetheless. I always like having autographed comic books, so I look forward to flipping through this and checking it out. Speak No Evil. And then the other thing I had asked him to pick up for me was this, and I'll explain briefly why. I'm drawing a blank here on the creator of this. I'm going to open it to see if they have a picture of him in it, because I forget his name. But if you guys recall the movie Underworld with Kate Beckinsale, one of the Lycan that was on the in the movie was a pretty diesel-looking black dude with a very deep voice, and he apparently was one of the creators of the underworld, or one of the co-creators. And I didn't know that. I just thought that he was an actor in a movie, but he actually is the co-creator of it. And apparently, this guy is also a writer of comics. For instance, this Eye of Frankenstein here, which ended up becoming a movie. As you see here, it says in theaters everywhere, January 2014. I think it was regarded as one of the worst movies of that year, but still, this guy created this book, and I liked his character in the underworld, so I thought that I would, I'd cop it. Okay, so this is his name, the publisher. It's Kevin Grevioux. I'm, of course, pronouncing that wrong, but that first guy right there, Kevin G., he is the co-creator of Underworld, and he also happened to be one of the actors in it. So, Frankenstein, I look forward to reading this. I like the fact that this dude is in the movies, but he also does other things as well, like, make comic books. So, I'm going to definitely check this out, and it was obviously autographed by him right there. So my man Miguel out in Texas really hooked it up. I'm very appreciative of this gift, my friend. Thank you very much. Hope that you guys enjoy your Thanksgiving out there, and be well, and I'll talk to you down the line.